Welcome to Break Into Tech Show with Professor Temi Akinwumi of My IT University, a multi-award winning tech CEO, career coach, and mentor. With decades of hands-on tech career, will ensure your career dreams come true. Join our extraordinary show today on groundbreaking topic for a successful career. Do you want a $100,000 job as a cybersecurity professional, Scrum Master, Business Analyst Software QA, Cloud Architect, Data Analyst, Technical Recruiter, and more? Visit www.myituniversity.com to schedule a call. Come and get inspired to secure a lucrative job, keep the job, and grow on the job. Relax, receive, and see results. We're glad you're here. Share, like, and comment.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for joining us today. It's another beautiful day. We are here on your show, Break Into Tech. And my name is Professor Temi. You know who I am by now. And I'm here with my wonderful, wonderful friend. His name is Roy White. We're going to be discussing very, very important topic today. And the important topic we started this month, Lesson Learned in Tech Careers, Part 2. I've been in tech for like 3 decades, and I always love to give back and to empower the community. It's very important that we do that, because if we don't give back and empower our own community, nobody's going to do that for us. And that's why you see us here today, to give back to you. So I need you all to have your pen and notepad ready so you can learn a lot from us. Okay, so it's very, very important. Thank you so much for being here. And you trust us. You always learn a lot whenever you are here with us. I've been so fortunate to work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies on project that if I tell you, I pretty much have to kill you kind of project. And also on being an adjunct professor at different universities right now. We've seen a lot in the industry. We've learned a lot over the years, and we are glad to share with you. So relax and let us know where you're joining us from. Some of you are from different parts of the world. Let us know. Say hi and let us know your location. Thank you all so much. And welcome, Roy. Can you please let's meet you? If you want to introduce yourself, Roy.
Yes, how you doing? I'm Roy White. I'm an independent consultant. Just started my own company called Strategic Technical Solutions and Consulting. I've been in the industry, in the IT industry, a little over 21 years. Started out in the United States Air Force, held various positions, and ran my own company, sold it, and done many other various technical positions, large migrations, and other things throughout my career. Thank you.
Okay, Roy, thank you so much. And I remember the day we met for the first time. This guy has a lot of energy. We met, I think, in a conference or so, and then we came together in my office. We met, then we went out together, discuss about business, and that's like 7 years or something ago. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a while now.
flies.
Yeah, and we kept in touch. We had the network. We continued to discuss and help one another. And it's so nice to have you on this show today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And I want to welcome all our wonderful audience. I see Lynette. Thank you, everybody. Good morning, Lynette. Thank you for being here. I see Janet. Good morning, Janet. Yeah, Latika. Thank you for being here. And LinkedIn user as well. So let's know where you are joining us from. And Nancy from Maryland, thank you. And yeah, Philly, we are Philly in the house. Thank you. Lynette from Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you all. Yeah, they say hi, Roy White. Thank
Hi.
you. So thank you all for being here. Let us know. So I'm sure you have questions. So get your questions ready for us. We're ready to discuss that and to help you answer your question. So Roy, how did you get started in tech?
Funny, yeah. This is a funny story. So I was in the throughout my adolescent years, we didn't have a computer at the house. Didn't know anything about it, but my father was a mechanic, And I tell this story all the time, but he always used to take things apart, make me put them back together. Well, I got the opportunity. Our system went down when I was in tech school in the Air Force, and our system went down. And I just so happened seeing how the guy took it apart and noticed that he skipped a step in putting it back together. And I could do it photographically off memory, and I went and did it. And it was like, oh yeah, so we got a new job for you, because I fixed it for everybody. And they sent me down the hall, and I started a new training, and I became a database administrator for the Air Force.
Wow. That's magic. That's
Yeah.
great. That's a great one. So
Yeah.
my next question is like kind of asking you why tech is your career of choice. Do you really like, even though you don't have the computers growing up and all that, do you always like tech, or it just happened? Do you always
Um,
like tech?
I think it's the instant gratification of of what you get, in your input, you get, output immediately from, a tech, like a troubleshooting job, or if you're building a code or whatever, you're actually getting that syntax error, immediately to let you know. And I think, that part of it, was, the intriguing part. And then it, kind of made me dig deeper into why does this happen, and why am I doing this, instead of someone just telling me, hey, this is how you fix your Windows server or something like that. I wanted to know why, so I dug more into it to find out why I was doing what I was doing. And that's why I ended up in the tech, and being very passionate about technology, all aspects of it.
Very good. So it's always the outcome, the instant you can see right there. If you are
Mhm.
coding, you see right there. If you are doing troubleshooting, you see your results. So that's great. If you are writing some code or some scripting, or you are writing some database, even if it's cybersecurity documentation, you see what you're writing.
Mhm.
So customer gets to acknowledge that and all of that. Very good. So that's excellent. So my what we're seeing in the industry, we've been in the industry for like over 2 decades. I've been
Mhm.
there like 3 decades plus, because I started off, way after my associate degree. I was already working. So I started off very early in tech. And we've seen a lot in tech. And but people always think, oh, it's because they have like for me, I have my associate in computer science, bachelor's in computer science, master's in software engineering, and also master in cybersecurity. Now working on my PhD. People look back and say, oh, it's because she's always doing tech, so it's easy for her. But
Mhm.
my thing is, or even have any mentor for tech to be able to at least have interest to get started.
Mhm.
So my that's the reason of the next topic. Look for opportunities to learn. Anyone that wants to learn can break into tech, because
Mhm.
tech is for people that are hungry for knowledge. People that really, really want it. Because if you are not hungry for knowledge enough, you get stuck. You can't
Mhm.
continue. Okay? And I always say there are gatekeepers.
Mhm.
There's mental gatekeepers, there are psychological gatekeepers, there are physical gatekeepers. So if you are not looking for opportunity and you don't really want to dive in and know your why, you will get stuck. So
Mhm.
looking for opportunity to learn. What do you think about looking for opportunity to learn in
I,
tech?
I think this is a industry that is constantly evolving, and with that being an industry that's constantly evolving, you have to have the passion to want to learn. You have to have the passion to to stay up on the latest and greatest, because if you don't, I mean, you will stall or become stale, in the way things are doing. And I mean, we see it every day on the news, the internet. Our threats are changing from cybersecurity aspect, as far as the actual handheld device. And we can go all the way from utilizing your iPhone or whatever. We're becoming more dependent on that. So if you aren't looking in opportunities to learn from the aspect of um, technology, and how that technology, you can bring value to a company or to the world, by learning, from these opportunities. And you'll kind of, push yourself out of this career field and out of this industry.
Yeah, excellent. That's very true. So looking for opportunity to learn, to evolve with tech, because if not, you become obsolete. That's wonderful. And also learning and understanding the basics. You don't have to know everything to break in. Start from scratch. You don't have any IT background, you don't have anything. We're going to talk more about that. Learn and understand the basics. The basics is all that you need. And as you continue to grow in your career, you get better. Nobody knows everything. Okay? You start from what you know. What do you think about that? Learning and understanding the basics?
Well, I mean, when you're learning to, there's different ways to get access to different things. Most of us has done troubleshooting and things like that on the computer, right? So, there's no one way that you can get it done and in this, but what may seem basic to you may not seem basic to me, and I think that's the great part about this industry and this career field is the fact of the matter that your creativity, and things like that, with Windows giving you different ways and Apple giving you different ways to do things, you do what's comfortable with you. So learning the basics is, basically one of the things that are instrumental to your passion. If you definitely want to know the basics in order for you to take it that next level, because just trying to do it, based upon what you've seen on on YouTube or something like that, you may skip a step or whatever. But understanding the basics of, is the computer plugged in, is the NIC card, those troubleshooting basic steps can save you a lot of time, rather than spending 6-7 hours troubleshooting a problem that you wouldn't even know was something simple, basically.
Mm. Thank you so much. Understanding the basics, start from what you know. Then
Mm-hmm.
you continue to learn and you learn from others. We're going to continue to discuss about that. So we have more people saying hi. Let's say, Lucy, thank you so much. This is a good morning. And LinkedIn user said, oh, I'm Erica Turner. Okay, Erica. I don't know why it's saying LinkedIn user. Okay, thank you, Erica. And Yetunde, thank you, Yetunde Samuel, joining us. We thank you all for being here. Make sure you have your question ready as we discuss part two of lesson learned in tech careers. And with me today, we have Roy White, a great friend and a business owner. And we're discussing about his experience, how he broke into tech, and our lesson learned. So be flexible with work plans. Be flexible with work plans. If you are, let's say, for example, you're in a tech job, you are in a role, and then the customer decide to change something, or your boss decide to change something, or something just came up, and then some people will say, oh, I can't do that, this is what I didn't bargain for that, this is what you gave me and I'm already working on it. I remember there was a time I was working on a project, and the customer already gave us what to do on this particular project. The company we were working for at that time, they already had this project for like 28 years. So they are so they know that they got it. So we don't even have manager on site. So we developers, two ladies, are developing on the customer side. And then the customer will always come to us and give us sticky notes. Can you code this? We already have plan for the week. Maybe on Mondays we have plans. And every Monday they'll say, okay, this is what you're doing. And we started working on that on Monday because we were not doing agile. It was just waterfall methodology of software
Waterfall, yeah.
life cycle, development life cycle, right? So when we're doing coding, we just walk up to us and give us a sticky note. Can you do this? We're already doing something else, but we have to kind of work with the customer at that time because they need it for their budget. Is a very high top customer, you know, and the environment is very sensitive. So we have to kind of work on it. So if you are not flexible with that kind of project, you're going to be let out. So what do you think about being flexible with your work plan? All right.
I mean, you have to be agile, everything, and I guess um you know, plans, in IT kind of define, Murphy's Law, right? Basically, what can go wrong will, if you try to rush through something or whatever. So being flexible is very, very important, and we kind of use the word agile a lot, in the PMP world, you know how that goes. But being agile with your plans and being able to adjust as needed. because the requirements change as fast as the need for technology changes. So, in some senses, in the government contracting industry and things like that, we do run into situations where the requirements may shift to a different direction, but you're doing something to meet that customer's requirements. So if you're not, doing something that's strategically for you, you have to be flexible with your plans, because you're ultimately working towards some other mission, some type of opportunity or something like that, that you're, eventually supporting something that's customer facing in the end, right? And if you're not on top of it, that could mean a lot of money for your stakeholders, and that's what they're looking at, and that's what keeps you employed. So I think you should be very flexible in your plans.
That's good. And people that are flexible in their career, in their with their work plan, they're always the friends of the customer or the friends of the manager, because you make their life easy. That's one less gray hair to have,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
or both parties. Yeah. And also another thing I've seen a lot, the customer is always right. Is that true?
Oh, we just talked about that too. I have my I do feel like in the services mindset, the customer is always right. But from the mindset of technology, we can meet the need of customers that don't know what they want, and not knowing what they want can put you in a situation where they're not always right, but you're trying to satisfy it. And I think a lot of that, you have to have someone that's a liaison that can put business and technology, together and explain it to them in a different way, because the customer isn't always right to me. And I feel like there's certain times that if they don't know what they're looking for as a consultant, it's up to me to guide them in the right direction, and help them get, be right.
Yeah, thank you for that. I know we can debate this particular topic forever.
Hmm.
Some customers are like half baked cake. They are technical, but they are not that technical. But they now believe is their technicality is good enough for what they want to do. After all, it's their project. I worked on a particular project and we're doing software engineering, we're doing coding and development. Everything was set up on .NET environment and we're doing C Sharp, VB to write the code, and we're already working on it for a big tech company, but for the government, right? The big tech company was um, their contractor. So we're already working on this very big contract. And we started development. They hire a lot of people. We are having meetings. We have this big meeting one time. The customer came and said, "Oh, by the way, we're changing everything to Java." What? What are the other things we have done? Seriously, they changed these things to Java and they let go everybody. And I was like, oh my God, these customers, they wasted all this money and then you're changing to Java. How are you going to salvage this code? What are we going to do with all these things we have developed? The only thing you pretty much can have is the database. The framework has to change, the code, everything. Oh my God, I was like, okay, that's what the customer wants. Why Java? It's the same requirement. Why Java? But that's what she wants. Or they want.
And I'll give you one better. A lot of times you have this leadership that aren't really, that hasn't really grasped the technology side of it and things like that. So then you have a salesman that comes in and says, "Hey, this product will work. All you have to do is plug in the API, and you're off to the races." And so, just to go back to the customer is always right. I don't think that makes it, that they're always right in that mindset, because I think that, sometimes they can be led astray. And if they're led astray, then are they right because they're led astray, or is it up to you to guide them in the right direction? But I had to ask the question because they were like, "Hey, well, why can't you have this done in 2 to 3 hours?" They said it was easy to implement. And I said, "Because I'm reverse engineering it." And he was like, "What does reverse engineering mean?" And I said, "I thought this was an IT." And I wasn't allowed to meetings again after that. But I just asked the question, and it was a major IT company. But I did have to ask that question, and that's why I said the customer isn't always right.
Yeah, and that's why I'm really grateful that now they're introducing agile. It's introducing Scrum, Kanban, because in the olden days we were doing waterfall methodology, we were doing Spiral, and all of this methodology that, oh Lord, it's like going down in a circle. Okay, so we started waterfall. We know it's waterfall, it's linear. Then all of a sudden, because customer was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, now we're going round, 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 like it has now become spiral methodology. And then they're trying to introduce Scrum or Kanban into the project. Until then, they became better. We're having the daily sit up, stand up meetings, and all of that. We try to practice that and mix everything up. So the customer is always coming to interfere and always, you know, everything is boxed. Box project, we put everything in a time box, but customer is always trying to interject, add their own. I want this right now. I can't wait, and all of that. It's a lot of circus.
What is this?
That's
The
great.
buzzword? They come in with the buzzwords that they hear on the news.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what they have. They want it right now, right now. But the thing is that
Kubernetes.
there's things to have, good to have, right? And there's things that must have. But
Hmm.
some customers don't know the difference. The good to have, you can have it later. Let's keep it in the back burner. But must have, let's add them to the pipeline so that at least we take it from the backlog and start working on it, right? So all
Hmm.
those things. So customer is always right in some cases, but not in all cases. So I just want, yeah. So based on experience, right?
Hmm.
And then another thing that also very important is remaining professional at the job. When people get on the job, they believe um, I'm new at this job, so I need to find clicks so that I'll be able to be comfortable and to sit in the comfort zone.
Hmm.
So they find clicks and start creating clicks against maybe others or something like that. Or people that are already in the job because they've been there so long, they became the lords and the landlord and the landlady and the chairman and the chair lady of the job. They make life miserable for the newbies and beginners. What is your take on this?
I hate it, and I do. Anytime I do see an opportunity for that to happen in the organization that I'm working in, I do tend to destroy it. And what I do by doing that is I'll make them end up everybody having to work on a project together, and it might be a minute project, but it's just the fact of the matter. The click mentality is very destructive in an organization and the organizational culture, from the standpoint of being teams and things like that. We already are struggling with the fact of the matter that we're working remotely. Most of us are in this capacity. So having clicks and having other conversations and things like that can be very damaging, because then you're I guess betraying trust at that point when you start to talk about people behind their back and do those things. So I feel like you come to your job to do a job, and you come to do that to the best of your ability. And I think being professional in that job is a courteous, because you're getting paid to be that professional. You're not paid to come in and be a part of the Crips or the Bloods, or this gang or that gang. You came there to do a job that's going to affect the customer at the end, on the end, and you're going to bring value to your team and to that organization. Not that click isn't. That's destructive. So that's how I see it, and I feel like you should always remain professional when it comes. And I mean, I'm learning this the hard way because I had a temper, but I can tell you that it's gotten me further to remain professional, and what they say, take the high road a lot of times, than to try to be a part of that clique. Stand on your own, be an individual, because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these larger organizations are ranking you as soon as you come in the door, as opposed to your peers. And if you sit around with a bunch of sevens, guess who gets they get rid of when they want you're not their top performers.
Exactly. So focusing on performance rather than getting clicks and making life, the tech environment should not be toxic.
Hmm.
People already face a lot of toxic environment out there. When they get to the job, it should be a place of peace of mind so that people can perform better and focus on what they need to do rather than fighting wars at the job. So those are some of the things I've seen in tech. And when I see things like this, I remain myself, don't form no cliques, everybody's friends. And the people that don't want to work with you, you walk around them and play the politics, Don't join the politics block, just play your own, understanding that and be transparent and be respectful. So I see more people joining us. Let's say thank you all for being here. Um, who made the philosophy um of the customer is always right? The customer is always right. Yeah, I know, right? We always say that in tech. Yeah, customer is always right. Most people, we can debate that forever. Bring value to the world. Yes, yeah, exactly. And I see Kimberly also. Happy Wednesday from Maryland. Thank you all for joining. I'm sure you will probably have questions for us. Please make sure you get your questions ready, so we can answer them. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Also, another thing also that we are calling on people to help to empower others in tech. We've been in tech for so long, and we don't have most of the time when I broke into tech, I don't have a mentor.
Mhm.
You have to find our way through. Even right now, I'm always meeting my student on Clubhouse, prepping them for interview. Like today, now we have a program, interview preps. What to
Okay.
say, how to say. When they ask this question, this is what you say. Nobody does that for us. You don't even know what question they ask you. When I get to interviews, they ask you question, you have to think about the answer right there. No,
Okay.
right there. So we don't have mentors. So that's why I'm empowering others to break in. And what's your take on that? Even at the job, if you are a senior manager or a senior professional, you should look out to empower others. Don't say, "Oh, I'm trying to protect my job. I'm trying to protect my role. I can't help nobody." What do you think about that?
So, to be biblical, we were created in a garden, right? Which means that we're all gardeners, and I think that sowing seeds in other folks, you don't know the impression that you put on people to bring them in, to help them out, to make sure that a lot of times, just like you and I met, Timmy, it was one of those situations where we made sure that hey, if I know information, information, it's no good if I just keep it to myself. It's no good information if you can't use it to help the next person out. Why did God give it to you? Why did you come across this information? You know it and other people don't. So what value is it if I can't share it with someone else? So therefore, helping other people get into IT or follow along the industry, I mean, it's very imperative to have someone that can tell you and guide you along the ropes. It's very hard when some of us have to go in blindly, and it will be discouraging, things like that. So I really feel like, if you can find somebody that can help you and guide you with, honest information, and not try to, gear you or push your why to be money, but your passion to learn and understand your craft and master the craft. I think that is the way that you empower, you help them understand to be the master of their craft. The money will come, but don't be geared toward financially, but mastering the craft and understanding what you're doing and showing the person, reaching back and grabbing people along the way. That's how you sow your seed, and that's how you become greater and you grow as a leader.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So empowering other is very, very important. And people that they are empowering, when you are being empowered, show respect, show that you are grateful for people that are empowering you and say connected with them. Don't just connect to people because you want to get something from them.
Mm-hmm.
You also give back something because when you help others, you're helping yourself as well to grow.
Yeah, Robert Greene, and speaks about in the 48 Laws of Power, talking about how people look past you, and you should never look past another person when you're having a discussion with them, and to empower them is the most expensive attention that you can pay is paying attention to them and actually listening and being empathetic to their words and being compassionate and understanding what they're saying. Once you can do that, in the way you make a person feel, you can empower them to do anything. as long as they know you care. It's all about how you make a person feel, right?
Yes, exactly. Knowing that, making sure that they know that you care about them will help a long way. So I see Sylvester Popola say, "Good morning, everyone." Thank you, Sylvester, for joining us today. And for everybody that's joining us, we thank you. We have a couple of other points to discuss. And if you are trying to break into tech as you're listening to us, schedule a call. Okay, schedule a call with me, and one of the things I do is to help you understand, what is available out there, and to help you maybe look through your pipeline, see what you can get that added to it, and get you started on your career journey. Is free. Schedule a call with me, myituniversity.com, and I'll discuss with you, help you to get started prepping you towards your tech career. Thank you all so much. And
Hmm.
another thing is that some people might be saying, "Oh, I don't have a tech background. I don't have a degree. I don't have a college degree. I don't have a tech degree. Can I break into tech? Can I achieve tech?" And the answer to that is yes, because it's been proven. You don't have a tech background, you don't have to. All you need is your passion. If you are passionate enough, you are focused enough, you can achieve tech. And what's your take on that, Roy? What's your
So,
take?
as far as a having a technical background or degree doesn't, really show the passion that you have to learn and things like that. If a person is willing to take a chance on you because you have the potential and you have the passion to learn, then I really feel like, they'll be willing to take a chance. So, a degree or technical background, they always say it's about who you know, right? But if you're able to show that you have the potential and things like that, that's the only way we're going to get started. Is we have to show we have some type of potential to get it done, and then you can kind of shelter your degree. I got my degree after I started and things like that. I just finished my master's here in December. On executive leadership, but I wanted to further and master my craft, and that's one thing you have to do. And it goes back to the first question that you asked me about, learning and things like that, learning opportunities, and keep learning in this industry. Yes, you're going to have to eventually get some type of certification and things like that to move up to show yourself approved, but they, usually degree isn't required. You can do it from certifications and things like that. You can get into a help desk job with no technical background. You just know how to walk people through certain things, and if you're able to talk to people that way and help people, then you'll be very great at your job without a degree.
Exactly. And that's one thing. A lot of students, some of my students don't even have the degree, and they broke into tech. Just yesterday, one of the ladies broke into Scrums without a degree. She doesn't have a degree. One lady, someone right now, just finished their LinkedIn profile, set it up, finished their program, and already got interview scheduled. So you can break in if you are serious, if you are ready. We help you navigate your pipeline, and you can really break in. So we thank you so much for being here. So schedule a call. Okay, schedule a call with us. We're going to help you navigate your pipeline and break into tech. So embrace tech. We have a mentoring program that we can help you to break in, coach you, mentor you, and be in the program. Thank you. So you can also follow my university on social media, and also you can send an email to support at myituniversity.com. Thank you so much. Don't procrastinate. Join us now and don't delay. We'll be back next week. We're going to be discussing part three of this program. Okay. So, what's your last word as we round up, Roy?
Oh, yeah. Thank you everyone for having me and the questions. Thank you, Timmy, for the opportunity as well. Definitely want to say that if this is something that you really want to do, as far as IT, be passionate about learning, and you'll go from there. I look forward to hearing more about you guys. Career and things like that through Timmy. I see a question popped up. I might have a minute for one more question.
Okay. So, Roy, how has being in service help you with your leadership?
As far I've learned, I learned how to be a leader, so it helped me in those managerial roles. Being in the Air Force, they really focus on leadership. So being in the capacity that I'm in now, it's really guided me into the right concepts and the right managerial um, understanding of being empathetic as a leader, and being compassionate as a leader, but also being a servant as a leader. So the Air Force taught me that, because the fact of the matter, it's also showed me that I need my team just as much as I need my knowledge.
Mm,
And without the knowledge, I don't have. I can't be the leader.
yes. So thank you
So
so much. Yeah, I know your time up. So
yeah.
thank you for being here. We're on time schedule. So
Mhm.
thank you, Roy, for being here. I appreciate your time, and
Okay.
I wish you the best in your business, and we stay connected. So
Okay. We'll talk
let's.
soon.
Okay, take care and have a
Thank you.
good one.
Hmm.
Bye, everybody. Thank you all. See
Thank
you
you.
next week. Bye bye.